Hey, what's going on, everyone? I think I can be heard now. I think I can be seen. Kellen here, and just saying, 2021, before it gets too deep into it, let me say something. Let me talk about something. Let's talk about the plans tonight. I'm really excited. Reason I'm going live. We have Philip Scott of the African Diaspora News Channel. He will be live on Fox Soul. Happy that they've acknowledged his hard work and dedication. That's over a decade worth of work, and now media is reaching out and receptive to highlight him. Kind of hard to do it when you are talking about injustice in the world. So really happy about that today. Just happy to be alive. Happy to be here in Florida and have the sun shining. Hopefully this cold will go away. Excuse me. I think I'm choking on trail mix. But besides that, want to also just kind of catch up, see what's going on with you guys. Any questions, concerns, PR wise and consulting wise, things are very good. They've been very good for myself and many people that I know who are seasoned in the game. But I also want to talk about some things of people who are trying to hire, and especially a publicist or a consultant. I was talking to a friend of mine, so I can talk openly about this without saying their name. And he was saying how he was trying to hire a publicist or a business manager, or someone behind the scenes to help him with this business. And, he came up with a cool budget, especially if it's somebody young. He came up with a good budget. It's a couple $1,000s a month, which if you are someone out there and you want to manage and help grow organically and you're really hands-on, there's an artist there, and he is from San Diego but based in Vegas, and so you can reach out to me. I have some people in mind for him, but I was telling him, his what he was trying to do wasn't what I would do at that price. And we just talk. We're friends, whatnot. But he was basically thinking he needed a publicist, but he really needed someone to handle all of his business and be kind of an overseer. But don't get caught up on the words too much. That's what I tell people. And leave a comment if you have a question. It's been a while, so I want to catch up. But don't get caught up in the words of how you're hiring someone. That works great in corporate, but when you're in entertainment, you almost need to be able to do everything. And I think that's where a lot of folks get messed up is, the price of people's time. Do you have the money? And if you don't, what do you have? A lot of artists like, man, I wish I had somebody like you who could keep me organized. Well, you may have somebody like me in your circle, but you haven't offered them an official job yet. And this is a job. It's not charity. We're no longer doing this just for the fun. And it is fun, I tell you. I was explaining to my children, I said, it's great to be able to wake up, ride my bike, maybe come back, hit the weights, jump in the pool, read my book, and then, do an interview or handle my business. I like to handle my business for the next day, the day prior. So sometimes you get caught up and you're just waiting on, contracts to come back and video to come back and, networks to say yes. So, I said it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and it's something that I really prayed on. It was like a dream. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Heavy D, up in the magazine, man, all of that. So, but it was a lot of hard work and still learning every day. And when I think about a friend of mine had asked me today about, is Biden and Kamala, has that changed any of your thoughts? I'm like, I'm not even thinking about that unless they have an RFP or, my taxes go up extremely high. I said, the taxes will talk to me, but administrations don't bother me. If anything, you need to learn how to work with all administrations because none of these administrations are for you. I'm from the school of George Carlin. So I say that to say, don't, if you're worried about that or are not, don't worry about it. Hey, Rocky, hope all is well. Family is doing great. Hope yours is too. Hope things open up. I don't need, everything is open here in Florida. What's going on, Ron? Yo, I hope everything is blessed with you too, Ron. I'm checking out your comics and everything, but everything is good. I will say this: if you have not taking money from the government and you're still surviving, try not to take money from the government. I know a lot of people getting caught up, and now they're having to hire more attorneys or an attorney for the first time. Those loans weren't free money. A lot of folks were scamming. Forbes has wrote about it. And other places have reported on it. If you don't have to take the money, don't take the money. Even if they give you the grant, you apply for the grant, you don't think the government's going to want that money back some time, or put you on some special list of, we got you. I mean, the government is like the mob. They want theirs, and I'm not talking about that mob that was on, Capitol Hill a few weeks ago. I mean, they're like the real organized mob. If you don't have to take the money, don't take their money. I'm totally just not for that. Yo, man, brother, I will give the family the best. I thank you guys, folks who really know family, man. And that's why we do business, because you want to be there for the family, want to be able to have that flexibility for times like this, where everybody is like a homeschool teacher. If your kids are virtually home, some folks have no choice. Schools are still closed here in Florida. They almost try to pressure you into like bringing your kid to school, and if anyone's being held back, maybe you need to come into school. Tell teachers, ain't nobody going to school in my house. We'll be doing on the real homeschool regiment. Hire an international teacher, which we are taking interviews right now for the international teachers. One of the requirements is you need to be able to speak French as well as English. So that's what's going on, with us. We can't wait for the vaccine to be delivered to everyone. I know my wife just got hers. She's feeling good. She's still alive. So if you're out there and you get a chance to get it, don't believe the rumors, the fake news. Are there things that really happen with all vaccines? There can be side effects, but with everything with the super COVID and everything else, I mean, I take the flu shot, and my family is always taking the flu shot every year. I make sure I take my kids to go get that, and we've never had a problem. So we're gonna take it as soon as it is available. I cannot wait, because I can't wait to get back on a plane, train, automobile, things that I don't even do. I just want to run up into, because you miss that social aspect. So many conferences. Oh, and speaking of conferences, we have one tomorrow. Again, it will be on the African Diaspora News channel. It will be some of the folks, government of Kenya, collaboration with World Views, the travel agent, where we took the 30 people to Kenya for the African diaspora, and it's going to be a beautiful time. One second. Oh man, I don't have allergies, but this Florida winter is I don't know. I have some flowers near me as well, but I usually don't have those problems. But I tell you, we are happy to just be alive, happy to do business, happy to do even more business. So many opportunities out there, so many investment opportunities. Shout out to my Florida Funder members and the opportunities there that we're looking at. And actually just sent just sent one of them a note saying, I see all the venture capitalists on Clubhouse. We gotta get on there, representative, check it out. um I'm just a new member, just checking things out, so it surely won't be me. But I love that Clubhouse app, and if any of you who are in my circle want an invite to Clubhouse and have an iPhone, feel free to send an inbox. Clubhouse is sending more and more invites out. And if you want this to help you with networking, especially for business, and have an iPhone, because that is a requirement. I never had an iPhone before, until I need it for Clubhouse. And I thank Rick Party for sending me an invite a couple months ago and, checking it out. And I'm a listener on there. Yeah, man. Welcome to Florida. I'm so happy to be here in Florida. It's just good. Like, I'm hearing birds going off now, and it's just a beautiful thing. Just opposed to the rain in Seattle. Learned a lot in Seattle. Seattle did wonders for business knowledge, wisdom, connections. Really learned and was able to network, talk with, get offers from VC. And when you have access to money, especially for business, it kind of changes your mentality and how you do business. Maybe you're not as thirsty for just any deal. Maybe you just feel more secure. I feel more secure knowing if I needed some money, I can go get it, some type of money that I don't have, because, venture capitalists aren't really into giving you 300,000. That's not any money for them. They want to give you 10 million and really, see it through, whatnot. And that doesn't mean it's 10 million and you get to run off with it. There are some rules and regulations, and rules and regulations are a thing that I think a lot of entrepreneurs, when I interview them, they have their own rules, but it's working with other people's rules that kind of bother people. Oh yeah, no. Ron is mentioned in Clubhouse, and he tried to get access with his Mac. I don't. I tried that as well with an iPad, and that's not going to work with Clubhouse. You really have to be on a phone, and so my best advice for that, the cheapest that I found a phone with, because I was starting to go to pawn shops, and even their prices were crazy. And then I went to even the flea market. Yes, in the pandemic, went to the flea market and try to check them out, and their price is like, oh, we can special order, but it was only like $20 cheaper. So I actually went to Walmart, got the phone. They actually duped me. The salesman, he got me, but I had a backup plan, because he was like, oh no, just cancel after a month and pay your $199. Well, I did that, and they still tried to charge me a bill. So but I paid basically my $199 to get a phone from Walmart, business expense, which you don't spend, the government will try to take. So it makes sense for the type of networking you can do on Clubhouse, and I say get in while you can, where it's still, enough people on there. Joe Button and Tiffany Haddish are like, and I would say Rick Party. He's right behind them. They are like the kings, and Ed from Clubhouse. Oh man, the kings and queens of Clubhouse. But people are also getting clients from there, especially if you have courses to sell, we do our over here consulting and mentoring and coaching. But if you have clients that you want to pick up, and maybe you have a course for $100 a month, maybe $500 a month, something like that, Clubhouse has that audience for you. And I just love listening and kind of just learning what's going on, and kind of the vibe, and seeing how small the world really is, and how we all kind of know each other. 7 degrees of separation, might be 6 now, might be 4, not gonna debate that. But having just access again to good networks, especially at a time like this, is very important, because if not, think about people who are just in the house, and you're forced in the house. Even if you're getting money, even if you still can work from home, life can get lonely. I thank God for a family, so it doesn't get lonely, and just being able to have options. But that's due to a lot of hard work, and there are people who are really putting out the hard work. I love the agents here in Florida. It's like everybody's an agent, but there's some people who are full-time real estate agents and investors, and those folks work hard. Oh man, I've talked to a couple, from Samantha to Suzette, this week alone, and just to hear how good real estate is in a time like this, it's like cool. And housing isn't the only thing. Cars, people who sell cars have told me they're doing very well, which makes me a little worried, because I'm like, what are people really spending their money on during these times, and not saving up for when the bottom falls out again, and really have something. But everybody has their thing, and people are right in their own eyes, and unless they're paying you folks, they're probably not going to listen to your advice. So why waste your time? People are going to do what people want to do. They're going to lean on their own understanding, and that's why they perish, m- for the lack of wisdom, for the lack of knowledge. So I'm just happy to be here. um Business wise, family wise, everything's good. Pray everything is good with you guys as well. Don't be a stranger. Let's connect. Let's not let these outside forces pit each other against each other. We're all just working towards each other. We have some African tours that once this pandemic is kind of sorted out, I would say by the fall, we're going to be going on another tour. So if you want to, travel to Africa, let this be the time you put your money aside. And I would say maybe by May, June, you'll be hearing more about that. And if you don't, hit me up, inbox me, say, hey, what's up? I want to get on, a tour. I want to go to Kenya. I want to go to Ethiopia. I want to go to Ghana. I want to wherever we're going, South Africa. Just let it be known, and we will make it happen. Give you the information. There's so many investments right now. Go to mallofafrica.africa. That's my website. Quick site I put up in an hour, showing you investments right now. Make 40% on your money. Come on, let's get going. Let's stop making the excuses of, oh, I was going to due to COVID. Nah, it's not COVID. Now it's all on you to, put it together, especially if you are still fortunate enough to be able to bring income in, because there are a lot of people, millions, 45 million plus people lost their job. And if you're not one of them, you really have, no excuse. Even if you had to take a little pay cut, no excuse. Let's keep it moving. Look at the avenue. So this is Kellen Cash. Like, share, subscribe to the diversified game, the Kellen Cash YouTube. You can't be broke if you do that, because I'm having entrepreneurs and people with wisdom give so much game of how they've made hundreds of thousands, if not millions, if not tens of millions, because we have had venture capital and serial entrepreneurs of all kind, and there are people out there making money. The thing is, you got to be connected and get under some leadership. TD Jakes just preached something about that. He said you need correction, direction, and instruction. And that's real talk. So chew on that. Be blessed, y'all.